the glory days at the stick. From who's got it better than us to brick by brick. It's always the 49ers way, from off-season to game day. Yeah, we talk back. It's the 49ers Cutback.
It's 49ers Cutback Podcast time, and it's time for us to cross this bridge because can the 49ers win the Super Bowl in 2021?
They absolutely can. Bye, guys.
That was a heck of an episode. All jokes aside, I don't see why they couldn't. I think if you go top to bottom, 53-man rosters throughout the league, the 49ers are up there with anyone else. I'm not going to sit here and guarantee it. As we saw last year, injuries, other things can derail your season very quickly. But if you're talking about the team they have on paper today, I think they are absolutely one of the 4 or 5 teams that are your favorites. And I think that's kind of how it always is. There's a group of 6 to maybe 8 teams, depending on the year, that coming into the year you think have a chance. And 95% of the time, it's one of those teams you would think of that does win it at the end of the year. And I think the Niners are absolutely in that group. It's, them, Tampa Bay, maybe Green Bay, Kansas City, teams like that. And I think they're up there with any of them. Obviously, you got to knock out the champs in Tampa Bay to get there through there to the Super Bowl this year. Now, one little bit of a hurdle has been lifted here with Drew Brees retiring. I'm not going to lie. Also, the Aaron Rodgers issues in Green Bay. That'd be wonderful if he retired and didn't play. So, for the 49ers. So, that leaves the one big hurdle there. And then, obviously, there's a couple teams that come out of the AFC that are real, real good. Probably, maybe Titans, maybe Kansas City, maybe New England's a dark horse because of Belichick, and I think they're as good as all of them. They do have their weaknesses. The Niners' depth at defensive back isn't real strong, at least viewed from the outside. But I think Tampa Bay and those teams have just as many, if not more, weaknesses on their roster.
That's fair, man. That's definitely fair. Look, at the end of the day, we know what it is. We know what I'm going to do. Horse isn't going to put it out there in the ether. I will. This team's winning the Super Bowl this year. That's how I feel. I mean, you can't sway me off of it. This team's healthy right now. I don't believe you're going to have that amount of injuries and that rash of injuries happen yet again. It would be absolutely insane for something like that to happen in back-to-back years when you have that many key pieces go down. Last year is a flash in the pan, folks. It's a fluke. Those type of injuries don't happen like that in the way that they happen. Solomon Thomas and Nick Bosa on basically back-to-back snaps. Jimmy Garoppolo going down a game later. Your starting center out before the season starts. Your backup gets down basically, week 1 of the season? Pretty much, for the most part. You're rolling with a practice squad center for majority of the season. And Daniel Brunskill, who was playing tackle 2 years ago, transitioning to guard and now having to play center. It's not happening again. Jordan Reed as well. I mean, this team is primed and ready to go. And I'll say it until I'm blue in the face or until I'm dead wrong. This team is winning the Super Bowl this year. They have everything they need in place. They have everything they need to be successful. They address the backup quarterback position, which we all thought, if you don't have someone behind Jimmy that can handle it, especially after what we watched last year, because this team was a playoff team last year, despite all the injuries, except for Nick Mullins and CJ Beathard. You address that. You fix that problem. You can put Trey Lance out there, and this team can win games because he's not going to make those type of mistakes. He's not going to make those types of throws, and that's because he can do more things than Nick Mullins and CJ Beathard can. This team's winning the Super Bowl this year. Book it. I guaranteed it before anyone else did. Just saying.
I like your optimism. I really do. And I think the 49ers can win the Super Bowl. And I think it's very evident and very clear because of the things and the moves that they've done. Number one, if they didn't think they could win the Super Bowl this year, Jimmy Garoppolo would not still be on the roster. He'd have been moved and they'd have been using his salary to do other things or even to roll it over till next year. So front office got approval to keep him. To me, that signals that they're still in it to win it this year, and that's what they want to do. So right away, if I believe they think they can win, and as long as they think they can win, then of course I believe they can win the Super Bowl.
Of course.
And plus, I think that they've done a lot of things to insulate themselves from injuries and things that didn't go their way before. They've definitely learned over the years how to make sure they have depth in key areas, make sure that this pass rush never stops and never quits, because that really is what gets this team going, is the pass rush, the defense. That electricity they were able to build in 2019 was just something that they could build, on every single week, and I liked it. And I think that's what's going to happen this year, and I think they're going to roll, and I think if they get going early in the year, this is going to steamroll, and everyone's going to start to believe again, and the faithful will be back in the stands, and they'll be going crazy, and it's going to be fun to watch. 49ers are going to be back. 49ers, I'm not going to guarantee a Super Bowl victory, but I am going to guarantee they're going to be right in the mix. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be in the hunt. And people need to be nervous, because if this run game and offense goes the way I think it can, with that defense that is already absolutely fantastic and just physical, it's gonna be bad for everyone else. These guys are gonna put people on notice. And yes, I want Jimmy Garoppolo versus Tom Brady in the NFC Championship. I want all the smoke. I want Jimmy to get it done.
Yeah, I can't refute any point you made right there.
Not a single one of it, huh?
No.
Good. You shouldn't, because at the end of the day, as I said, it's happening, folks. Get used to it. The Niners are going to end up in the Super Bowl, and my look, see, the schnoz isn't even growing. I'm not lying.
Alex
I'm telling
is
the
keeping
truth.
it
100.
Still not lying.
I try, man. I try. Look, if you agree with us, you need to let us know right now down there in the comment section below. Are you like Gary? The Niners are going 17-0 this season. Technically 21-0 is what he actually stated. So my apologies, Gary. I don't want to misquote you. 21-0 all the way to the bank, or are you more on our boats? They're going to probably be a 2 or 3 seed, go into the playoffs, show out, tear up, and hopefully come home with number 6. We want to hear from you. This channel is only as successful as you allow it to be, which means you got to comment, you got to share this video with your friends, share this with the other football fans. Let them know that the Niners are coming from them, and that we think here on the Cutback, well, me anyway, I think on the Cutback that it's a guaranteed, but we're all pretty certain that the Niners are going to make it back. We want to hear from you. Don't forget to share the video as well. Like it. Comment, all that good stuff. Pump this content out. Help us get to 1K today.
Even share it with your enemies. We got your back.
True.
Yeah, and being a homer is definitely encouraged here. You can definitely say that's why Gary did not feel, like he couldn't say that. Optimism. Tommy Huxley also 16-1 regular season. Optimism is going through the roof.
That's actually pretty impressive for Tommy.
I like it. And the only loss is to a divisional rival. He thinks that just one of them will get him, but I think they can squeeze those out and get it done. So this is going to be fun to watch. 49ers are going to get it done. We're going to get back into the playoffs, hopefully back to the Super Bowl, and hopefully Alex is right.
This is one of the first times we're going to play Alex is right. Alex wins, right, Horst?
We're back.
Who's we're? No.
We
We didn't go anywhere. This team didn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
they were just
did.
they
Did
were
you
just
watch last year?
No, they were just hibernating. They were getting ready for the comeback.
So they went and hibernated.
Sure.
This is the Little Bear did.
Sure, Little Bear he actually did go hibernate pretty early in the season.
No, he heard his name.
I know. Nick Bosa, man, get better. Let's lead this defense to the promised land. And until next time, 49ers fans, you stay safe.
Remember the right way.
It's always the 49ers way.
That's right, it is.
Sounds good.